All right, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. JimmyChurchRadio.com, KJCR. Shoot us an email to Jimmy@JimmyChurchRadio.com. You want to follow us on Twitter, you can do that at JChurchRadio. In the studio live with Hilton J. Palm, Charlie the Shekinator Sheckman, talking about Frank McCourt. Now, this is the thing, originally, when Frank McCourt came to town. And I started to dig a little bit deep. And when this divorce, the rumors started about the divorce and the potential of that, I just wanted to find out who the real Frank McCourt was. And this was a couple of years ago. And as a matter of fact, you can go back and listen to those broadcasts back then. But when I had found out that the deal with Rupert Murdoch originally was just one big loan, and that Frank McCourt, all he had with his personal assets, first off, he wasn't even from Los Angeles, man. But all he had to his name was a $40 million parking garage in New Jersey. And somehow talked Rupert Murdoch into, and I know it's the good buddy system, and him and Rupert were friends, and Rupert really wanted him to buy the team, and talked Bud Selig into it. Nobody had heard of this guy. Was he a real baseball guy? What does he know about baseball? Well, obviously, it turns out nothing now. But a $40 million asset was put up, this parking garage, and Rupert loans him the money. Not only does he loan him the money for the down payment, the $240 million, but then he put the rest of it on a payment plan, the other $200 and $190 million, on a payment plan, which means Hilton, which means Charlie, you guys could have bought the Dodgers. Well, you had to know Rupert Murdoch. But anybody could have bought the Dodgers back then for $430 million. It was a crazy deal. And everybody just thought that somehow he was going to come in. And the period with Rupert Murdoch was kind of a dark period. And Mike Scioscia getting let go and all of that. I mean, that was a dark period for the Dodgers. And the Dodgers hadn't been in the playoffs, and everybody, the last thing that anybody remembers really was the Kirk Gibson home run. It had been a long time since anything happened. So the McCourts come in, and what do the Dodgers do? They immediately go to the playoffs. You know, they went to the NLCS. They lost. But they went to the NLCS, and things were looking pretty good. And I don't know how things spiraled out of control, but when you heard about Jamie McCourt buying, you know, this house for $20 million, this house for $22 million, these numbers were blowing everybody's minds. It was just like, where's this money coming from? You know, they don't have anything. They don't own a factory in China. They don't own shopping malls across the United States. They don't own any newspapers or television networks. There was no, where was this money coming from? You know, and so she's spending all of this money. When they brought in Manny Ramirez, they didn't pay for Manny Ramirez. The Boston Red Sox paid for Manny Ramirez. And now Manny is still owed $21 million. You know, where did all the money go? They weren't paying players. They brought in no pitching. You know, the last guy, the last good pitcher that they had, besides Clayton Kershaw, who they never really paid anyway, was Derek Lowe. And after he left, I mean, it just went downhill. But they owe right now, Manny Ramirez, $21 million. Andrew Jones, they owe $11 million. Hiroki Kuroda, $4 million. Furcal, well, at least he's got a World Series ring now. They owe Furcal $4 million. They owe the White Sox $3.5 million. Ted Lilly, $3 million. And now, turns out, they owe Vin Scully $150,000. And you know what? With the McCourts, with Frank McCourt, he's lucky. Vin Scully's a nice guy. I can tell you right now, I know Vin personally. He doesn't want his name tied to this. He's like, I can tell you right now, keep your $150,000. Keep my name out of that mess. This is JimmyChurchRadio.com. I'll be back right after this.